the legitimacy of the Humble Originals platform can no longer be doubted, because we've finally got a game that can be called the Dark Souls of the Humble Originals. This is Fidel, the 9th Humble Original title delivered with October's Humble Monthly Bundle. For those that didn't close this video immediately after that overused Dark Souls bit, I was mostly kidding, but the comparison isn't actually too far off. At its core, Fidel is a 2D roguelike puzzle game with some dungeon crawler elements. Each stage consists of procedurally generated grids filled with monsters, items, and traps, and the aim is to get from the start of the dungeon to the end without moving across the same square twice. To get to the end, you'll need to kill monsters by simply moving into their square. However, killing a monster takes up a certain amount of your character's health, so you need to strategize your movement and carefully balance taking damage with retrieving health. The Dark Souls comparisons come in the form of each successive run improving you as a player, and not improving your character. Fidel is very much a roguelike in the way that each run is unique, and once you die, you start at the beginning with nothing. The game also tells you very little about the world and its rules, so details like what certain items do or how different enemies behave are all learned through trial and error. It's a divisive characteristic of Dark Souls and similar games that some people love and others hate, but it works well with Fidel's simple puzzle mechanics to create a challenging yet satisfying gameplay experience. Fidel's ability to successfully mishmash familiar gameplay elements into something new and enjoyable also extends to its aesthetic design. The game features some high quality pixel art sprites that look quite good, but a little too plain. The music on the other hand consists of a number of very catchy ambient electro tracks with a good variety of sounds to give a great feeling of variety to the game as it progresses. There's little to no story in Fidel, but all you need to know is that you play as an adventurous little pup that needs to get to the end of the dungeon that he's found himself in. There's a good variety of enemies and items to use, plus some cool boss fights that add fun puzzle mechanics into the mix too. If you're up for a challenge, there's a lot of fun to be had with Fidel, and the procedurally generated levels ensure plenty of replayability. I'd love to see this game expanded upon and brought to mobile platforms, as the roguelike nature of the gameplay and the procedurally generated levels would be a great way to fill up my public transport time.